Well, hi. Welcome again, everyone. Hope everyone had a jolly Christmas time with family, friends, and your Holy Spirit of the being you are. Um, we had a wonderful time with some family, and you know, in spite of it being for us a more low key celebration and holiday festivity than it has been in the past, part of it we chased around a 3-year-old grandson who's keeping everybody on their toes, and it was quite, oh, you could say exhausting on the physical form, but it was just delightful. So I hope everyone had a pleasant time. Um, I thought today I would share rather than just one of my themes of where I'm going, as I'm almost running out of themes, I guess, because they're all sort of after 30, 40 years of doing all this. Actually, it's been closer to 50. Hard to believe. Uh, it's it sometimes sort of runs in. So spirit usually gives me some clues as to which direction to go. Today, the clue was to just tell you a little background of why I call my work open channel resources. Part of the reason is that I have lifetimes of, I guess, training or experience in facilitating the communication with the spirit realm in human life. And in this life, I began with a lot of conscious connection with my guardian angel when I was little, and grew up to an adult, eventually having kind of gone in and out of that communication um, through teen years and so on. But when I reestablished the deep bond and connection I have with my angels and with spirit, I was then in another level of training of kind of making peace with the idea of ascended masters or the realms beyond the typical that we think of with spirit. That's been an all interesting journey along the way, and um, I was asked and I accepted that I would be willing to open up the channel of my divine being to serve sharing messages or sharing information or just radiant light uh, when it was possible or when it felt directed by my highest self, by my team. Um, the primary thing for that, before that even began, was that I had established real clear techniques or timings and tools to check in with my inner guidance and with my angels and my team, as I call them, uh, just in guiding my own personal life. So beyond what was considered channeling these days, it wasn't called that quite back in those earlier times. Um, I I became so clear and solid. Not that I never made human error in whatever I was doing, but the basics of how those communications have stayed clear for me is that which I like to teach people to connect with, because people have asked me over the many years to give them guidance on how to open up to be a channel, and I am willing when the timing is in that purpose to do that. But I always make it clear that we had to redefine what channeling really is for most people, or what it could be for most people. And that is to be the channel of your own wisdom, that receiving your own inner guidance, so that it's not about just going without, as it might be to listen to my channeling or other people's gift of bringing forth messages like that. It's about, do you have mostly a solid or a sense of consistent connection with your own team and for your own day-to-day life. Um, so I could go more about those details, but to me, that's the basis of it. And when I opened up into this greater channeling of spirit, um, I came to agreement that I would always do what I need to do to energetically bring myself to clearing and alignment and check in. Am I ready? Is it time? Is it my purpose? Yes. And with that, I go know that there is protection. There's everything is in order for me to do that. So um, with that, the program for today is, as Spirit has helped me organize, is that one of the many teachers or angels, masters are going to come forward and share some messages with you now. So as that is happening, I'm going to have my few breaths, my inner and physical visualization and clearing, and that will be our next sharing. I am that I am, all light indeed in the violet flame. We dance, and if you will be on this road of life, let's have romance. For there is nothing more than love that is the whole of life, and in that love there is no worry and no strife. There is a grand experience that you and I shall share as we become conscious and through all life aware. How be you, my glorious light friends? Ah, I am called by many Saint Germain. I am sometimes known as other things, other names, other personality aspects of the God I am. But I'm here today to say to you, there is a need more than ever for you, my beloved friends, to become consciously using the tools that have been given to you, to be open to receive new tools as it is your readiness for. But using of a tool is not for magic's sake. It's not for like a magician trick to now suddenly you say the right words, you do the right gesture, you become whole in alignment with the grandeur of the purpose of what that tool offers you. So specifically today I speak of the violet flame. It is not a tool to get rid of anything. Have you heard this from me before, some of you? It is a tool to become clear of what is no longer needed or required for your soul's progression, for your conscious purpose in its grand light teaching you offer yourself and others. So what is no longer needed, whether it is fears or angers or patterns of confused and chaotic thinking. And we can get very specific, but today we'll be very general about those things. All of that, as you embrace that with the violet flame, let the violet flame consume that. You are not getting rid of it, you are transmuting it. Do you understand? That is a grand and holy distinction. To transmute those energies means that you do not get rid of them. They become all the energy of the possibility that they hold. So there is nothing bad. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing evil within you. All it is the parts of consciousness that led in thought and emotional bodies usually that are no longer required because you have moved and are moving forward beyond those limited ideas. When you're ready for that, you can be continually working in that flame of transmutation to reach the consciousness known as ascension. It isn't just that you leave your form and you become raised up into a heaven. It is that you, in a sense, raise your own consciousness, your freedom of beingness into the realm of light and love which holds no boundaries. So it is perceived that that is above the density of earth. That is a perception. It's not necessarily the truth of it. So to transmute is moving that, like the alchemy thought in old times by limited thinking minds, such as my own being might have perceived. If we do enough of the chemicals in just the right portion, if we manage these things in just the right ritual, if we do the technique correctly, then we will become immortal. And more appropriately, or more to the time of what we played with, was turning literally lead into gold. That was in our practices to realize that when we could transmute the denser, more heavy metal of lead into a higher frequency of gold, then we will have achieved a great mastery. Well, that is the principle of transmutation. of what the violet flame offers as a tool to achieve more and more of that within your being and your awareness, freedom, the freedom that it offers you. So if you will then, I will guide you through a very brief focus on this. So if you can choose, you do not need, but choose you might to close your eyes so that you are inwardly focused and realize that in this place of your wholeness of being, you carry the frequency of this violet torch. So when you call upon it, you call upon it from within and to be in fullness around you, so that in through body, mind, and spirit on every level, you become part of that transmuting process. Visualize the violet in its many hues. Feel the heat of the flame. Feel the frequency of this in the spectrum of light. Know that this is that I represent and I am partnering with you to become familiar with and to become realized in your whole being. So I will speak the words which I have given as one of the many ways of calling upon this tool. And there are many. Mighty I am presence. Enfold these bodies. Fill these bodies. Mighty I am presence. Consume these bodies. Mighty I am presence. In the light of the violet flame, I call upon this as an embracing, a fulfilling, as a clearing, as a cleansing. Violet flame, we welcome that you bring forth the transmuting power of the divine. Violet flame, surrendering now, I give you all that is illusion. I welcome all that is of essence. Transmute, transmute, transmute. All dross be now the fuel for the mighty I am. Now golden light run through me. Golden light run through me. Golden light run through me. As I am, so it is. So if in this process you had a mind of what it was that you had felt you were consciously aware to be rid of, again reminding you that we are willing to pour it into the cauldron of the flame within so that it is transmuted. If you are not conscious, you can at any moment be willing to, with your holy breath, bring the fire of that transmuting flame into that space of mind and of emotion in any of the bodies, and so you become whole. And if you walk into the land of the earth around you, there are those who will, beloved, step into that flame as they walk, so that wherever they are and wherever they gaze, they are welcoming and transmuting the energies of what it was no longer of purpose, that for those who are in it and those that dwell with it, you're not taking anything away from anyone. You can only use this tool in the sacred purpose for which it is intended. Can you believe that there are no boundaries except by your illusion of need to create such things for recognition, for acknowledgement, for the illusion of security. And so many reasons you create boundaries, whether it is the personal boundaries of your field of light, the personal boundaries of your mental world that you will not engage, and your emotional clearing of what might have felt toxic to your bodies and your heart. Boundaries have purpose, and we want to share a little bit about that in this one way. Your greatest shield, your greatest energetic boundary is beyond what your mind creates as a separation, but it is the fulfillment of and the expansion of the light that you let forth out as far as beyond your energetic perceived safety zone. You know that harm comes to the body through all of this energy. And when you hold it here to your heart and your solar plexus is shielded like armor, you have an illusion of protection for anything that comes toward you. But more likely, when it is toward you to that place so close to you, you'll feel it hit harder. You'll feel it try to get through, because whether it is sent from love or from fear or from distortion, energy is energy. And when you resist acknowledging the flow of energy, when your field is out here, beyond, you feel those so-called moments of energies coming toward you by any intent, and you're able to discern them and become clear and choose your movement, choose your life, choose your next moment. When it is upon you, your sense of moment to make a choice of what to do becomes more limited. So keep expanding your violet flame for the healing and transmuting of these old ideas. And use your wholeness of the shield of the light that you are to be your guide through all of life. People think animals, so-called animals, mammals, and other beings on the earth have natural instinct. They have great expanded sight or hearing to know their predators are close. Well, so do you. You have all of that. You have not always trusted it or let it be part of who you experience yourself to be. For it's not just about be alert for a predator coming, it's about being aware of life, feeling all of it. And when you are in less fear of those things, then you are in readiness to engage and be partnering and be allowing of those things. The leaping tiger coming toward you might devour you if you can't run fast enough or find some shield to protect you. But what if you're aware of that tiger long before it's leaping toward you and you're able to gently move someplace else to a more safe place? Or that you hold your consciousness so clearly that that leaping tiger stops to look at you, to look, what is it seeing? Now what is this energy? And it just moves away. All that is more possible as you become your own flow. And that flow becomes more real when you are willing to transmute and use all that sacred energy that you have held in new ways, beyond what you can imagine. It's not to use them for doing the tricks, like let's change lead to gold, or the tricks of I can move a pencil with my mind, or the tricks of, hundreds and hundreds of possibilities. Have fun with any of that shows up for you, but that's not going to prove your development of consciousness any more than having a dance on the street where you live. That proves nothing, but it fully expresses something of who you are. So as the violet flame is all that I am and all that I live in and with I breathe with you the transmutation of who you are becoming into the greater self you are becoming. Namaste. I meant to, excuse me, give a little bit of a acknowledgement that my face may appear different because I have some spots, which I have been covering up with a little makeup from time to time, but I chose today not to do that, and they represent treatment that I'm receiving for some skin things that were removed, and we're just using a new kind of radiant light to heal them. So it's all good, and I'll be complete with those treatments sometime in the next week or so into the new year, and then I will, in that completion, proclaim, as I do now, I'm in perfect health. So thank you for giving me your loving, kind blessing today by watching, by listening, and participating. Uh, Same time next week as we are planning with the program that we're guided with. Wish everyone a most blessed and happy, happy, happy New Year. May you turn the page of this calendar in a way that gives you a new freedom and a new hope for possibilities beyond whatever may have been dragged before throughout the year. So again, thank you for being part of this with me. I share my love, and I hope to be able to share more again soon. Thank you.